Ref Life with Solstice Law.
Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Ref Life podcast. I'm your host, Cole. I am joined by Butterballs and Cuban. Say hello,
What's
guys.
going on?
What's up, buddy?
Hi, everybody.
So, as some of you, if you listened to our first episode, you may remember Butterballs. He's the Butterball the Hut. Uh, for those of you who don't know, we have Cuban, our resident Cubano. Cuban, why don't you tell people about yourself? How long you've been with Law? How long you've been in paintball? Things like that.
All right. Well, I've been a part of the law team now for about 3 years, give or take. I started playing paintball when I was probably back in 2007, probably around 13, 14. I started really playing. I started reffing right out of high school, actually, 2011. I was 19 when I started. And I started reffing up at a skirmish in Pocono. It was fun. I got hooked right away as soon as I started reffing playing. That's no brainer. Playing, of course, I'm gonna get into that. Um, Reffing wise, just taking the time to go back and see like different sides of the field and seeing how other people would hit the field and play it. It it doesn't get any better than to have it set eyes on this side of the as well.
How did you get involved with Law?
Um, Actually, the current COO, the Chief Operations Officer, Dave Patton, I reached out to him for about a year or so, and around that time, I guess it wasn't working out for everybody. But the next year, he came back to me. He asked me, he goes, "Hey man, how'd you feel to go ref some paintball around the country a little bit?" I said, "All right." So he brought me on board. I came on board as the team mediator, kind of as the soundboard for the team. Comes to wise, just silly questions or any. Probably about a year into the team when I was asked if I wanted to be assistant director of operations. Ever since, I've been kind of doing the mission side for law, and I'm just having a good old grand time with the rest of the team as well.
Right on, and we do use the hell out of you, but
Yeah, that you
it's
do.
that's because we can count on you though. Like
Of
we
course.
we try and lighten your load a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
man, I wouldn't have it any other way.
oh yeah, no, like we wouldn't give you that responsibility if we didn't think you could handle it. In all honesty, so we're glad you're on board. But we were just somewhere last weekend, weren't we, fellas?
Yes, yes, we were.
Butterballs, why
Good
don't you
old.
tell everybody where we were?
Well, we just got back early Monday morning from North Carolina at Black Ops Paintball down in Fayetteville for the Legends Event, Bones and Ash.
Just one single ash, or is that ashes?
Yep.
Good answer.
Uh,
You know what? I'll tell you, when we got down there, I was a little worried that the weather wasn't going to hold out because that was some insane wind we had setting up. I I haven't felt wind like that in a very long time. That was pretty crazy. And the campsite, we had a few people arrive there earlier than us, and they're like, "It's flooded out. It's flooded out." It was muddy. City folks be thinking that it's freaking flooded, but it wasn't.
Odell.
We
It's
we did
okay.
have a ref. We did have a ref's tent blow away though. Do you remember that?
Did we have a ref's tent blow away?
Yes,
Yes, we did.
Dabby's tent took a little flight for a while, but it should have been Beardy's tent, I think. I'm not 100% clear about that.
Oh well, that sucks. I don't remember that honestly. I might have been asleep by then.
Whoops.
No, this was Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah. Well, I honestly don't remember that too much, but you know, so for you guys, how do you think the event went on our end?
I think the event went incredibly well. The the event ran smoothly. There were some hiccups that I don't think were felt by all when it came to things running. Players wise, I don't think there was any hiccups we could have found. But other than that, the event went incredibly well. Lots of fun. People are talking really well about it.
I will say that on our part, we had a bit of a communication hiccup on Saturday. It happens. It's not, we're human. As much as we are rock stars, we're still human. We have a little bit of communication hiccup, but the thing that separates us from everybody else is we fix our shit.
I will definitely say that Saturday, yeah, a little bit of a hiccup, but Sunday, we definitely pulled it back together and were able to make one hell of a. And I'd say all the players were enjoying themselves. I didn't see anybody really getting it, besides the combination of the most people not wanting to walk off and just a small drink of water. Other than that, everybody was having fun shooting everybody, and laws themselves. We like to mess around with everybody, so we like to make a good time of it. All I heard most of the time when I was talking was that we're doing a good job, and the game's going well, the paint shooting right, and a lot of laughter, really. So I thought it was a good.
Yeah, no, that I will say that game. I definitely didn't notice any kind of like lunchtime lull or anything like that. Like the entire time anybody was on field, it was just constant battling, constant maneuvering. Like, and yeah, you're right. Like people's spirits were pretty damn good. A lot of, you said I heard a lot of laughter on the field. Uh, I will say, the one complaint I heard all weekend, and it's a good complaint. I love this complaint. Is you're chronoing me again?
Yes, sir. Yes, we are. Now, please shoot over the chrono. 290.
Don't
Yep, you're a little hot there, bud. Just go ahead, turn it down.
don't move. Just keep doing what you're doing. I got you. Don't worry. Just give me 3 shots. I'll keep going.
Yeah, I will say this event was a little odd. And I'm not saying like everybody was sitting there cranking their chronos, but whatever was going on, there were several, maybe even a dozen plus people that were around 300. Uh, almost of everybody I chronoed like on field. This isn't like at the insurgents or anything, but everybody I chronoed was at least shooting 290. Nearly everybody, I should say. I can't quite figure out why, but it happens. I caught about a dozen or so people shooting 300. It wasn't a huge deal. I did catch 3 people on Saturday shooting 325, and at that point, it's like, no, you messed with your settings. I had to take them off field. Um, but yeah, Sunday was the big complaining day. we doubled down on that and got real annoying. But you know what? I'd rather have them complain about us chronoing them than somebody complaining about losing an eyeball. So that's never a good thing, especially on our watch.
Complaint wise, I'd have to say probably the walk. The field in itself is huge. To make matters worse and make it a little bit more interesting, you're in the middle of a swamp. So, I mean, it was interesting. It was good, hard battles. Everybody was wet at one point, so it was fun.
How
Yeah,
about those
definitely.
players in the swamp, chest deep in
Oh
some
yeah.
places?
Oh yeah.
We heard about him.
I could smell them.
I saw a dude walking towards me. I thought it was the swamp thing. I was like, what the hell?
Are you wearing a ghillie or did you just get out of the swamp?
Yeah, no, he literally just got out of the swamp, and he was so happy to talk about it. He definitely stopped next to me while I was looking at him to make sure I noticed what like was all over him, and then he told me his story.
Nice.
No,
Bet it
no,
was
it was.
epic.
Yeah, I remember crossing one of the bridges, and I look over to my left, and there's like 5 players in the swamp. Those ones were about waist high, but they're like behind the trees and everything like that. I'm like, nah, screw that. There's moccasins down here. Screw that.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, it might have been a little cold for him. Not Sunday, but Saturday, yeah, it might have been a little cold for him. But still,
Yeah, it was still a risk.
Man, I was bragging to everybody we were going down south, and we live in Pennsylvania. I was bragging to everybody, yeah, I'm going down to North Carolina. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be beautiful. I was looking at the weather, and then I left Pennsylvania at least 70 degrees and went down to North Carolina to freeze my butt off for 2 nights
Oh yeah.
because I
it
was
wasn't.
not. I was in no way prepared for that.
I
It
had
was
three
not
pairs of
that cold.
shorts.
Oh, I mean, Cuban, you're no surprise. You get cold in
Oh
65-degree
yeah.
weather, but still, it was not freezing. Like the first night, yeah, because the rain and wind did not help. But
You're
Cuban, I
warmed
don't think
up
I've ever,
though.
Cuban, I don't think I've ever seen you without a sweatshirt.
Yeah, even during
Yeah,
the summer, it's weird.
Yeah,
maybe. I mean, after we come off field, it's usually getting dark out, so it's getting cold out.
I'm just
there
Caribbean
are
here
weather
being
nights
and all
I'm
that
cute.
shit.
there are nights I'm sweating everything off, and you're in a sweatshirt, and I'm like, why are you weird? Come on,
Wha-
QB.
What are you hiding under that hood, man?
Oh, wouldn't you?
And he's always
Dude,
wearing sunglasses at night too.
well, that's
I
just because he
wear
can't
my
see anyway.
sunglasses. What?
They're probably his prescription sunglasses.
Maybe. You'll never know.
I know if I'm wearing sunglasses at night, it's because I forgot my contacts and regular glasses.
Or, or for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Ugh.
So, Cuban, what was your designation during the weekend, reffing? Because you
What was
weren't
my
really
what?
reffing, were you? You weren't really reffing
Oh
last
yeah,
week.
no,
What
I
were you doing?
was, I was, I was a mission ref. I was actually part of a, let's say 4 or 5 man squad, running missions all week. The other side, I was on both sides. Yeah, Saturday I started off north side, and we have another ref who is kind of like the second mission lead. The other side, got to have two running missions at the time, obviously. Um, Dell, another council member of ours, he ran the other side. Him and I were constantly going back and forth, make sure everybody had the best experience possible. Props a little bit, not too easy, not too hard to find. I would have to say my favorite part was definitely getting some of the little guys involved, some of the kids. They have Hanu and Lonnie throw out some kids missions. It's always great to be able to see these kids come, just seeing how young they are and how involved they're getting. Some of these players that are bringing them out, some of them aren't even parents to them. They're just, I know you. So it's great to see them getting more and more involved every year, every season. More and more kids come. Great, just growing the new generation of ballers. But mission wise, it was a little fun. It was a little far walking. I'd probably say I definitely got my steps in for that entire weekend. I'm good.
Go
But
out to point 41.
yeah, 42 is even further.
Oh, my bad.
And
Go
that's
out to
forever
42 for a
known
minute.
as Point Cuban.
Hey, Cuban, are you in your spot? I'm still trying to find it.
It's over there to your left a little bit. Where I can't see the stick.
Hey, are you
Your
are you
other
still in
left.
water? You only got halfway. Keep going.
Keep walking. You'll find a dry patch.
Yeah, that field was definitely stretched out.
Mission wise, it was the Lonnie and Hanu always write some pretty interesting missions. I definitely have to say, out of some of the Legends mission or Legends events that I've refed, besides Living Legends, which is bigger one, I'd have to definitely say Bones and Ashes has a little bit more of a mission structure to it. It gets you a little bit more involved, and I don't know. It's just great to see it because it's not always the same group of people coming up and trying to get these missions. It's always different people every time, and just being able to joke around with them and mess with them and all that. It's just a grand old time. I'm always making everybody laugh.
Well, you're a pretty funny looking guy, so it's pretty easy.
Funny looking like a clown, right?
Sure, like a clown. Sure.
Them funny guys.
There it is.
Oh, we love you,
There you've been.
Hi guys.
I'm keeping that one in, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Go ahead.
We
You're
can't. We
good.
can't cut that.
No, hell no.
Yeah. No, but yeah, one thing I've really enjoyed about the Legend series is the inclusion of kids missions. And from what I saw, what Hana was saying was that this was the most like kids that they've had at a Legends event. Like they had like 100 something kids show
That's
up.
what I heard.
But yeah, I believe that was what it was. I can go back to the video and figure it out. But yeah, no, there was a ton of kids. I mean, just the numbers that were showing up for the kids missions that we were getting back was incredible on my end. And
Yeah, no,
clearly,
it was great, especially considering there was just under 600 players total, and
yeah,
one sixth of
565.
that was kids. So that's pretty insane. And that was my first
man.
time to Black Ops too. I mean, considering the size of that field, though, like they have some nice like individual fields. They have some nice terrain there. That's looks pretty fun, especially the freaking big ass forts and everything like that. Like those are awesome.
I'd have to say my favorite pipes right out in front when we did what was it? Not final battle, but it was like the
Dinner
last
battle on
battle
Saturday?
Yeah, yes, that was my favorite. Just standing there watching lanes go by and just doing my thing.
Well, yeah, because you didn't have a mission to run at 42, so you were happy.
Nice moves coming up too, and unfortunately, some of them were short-lived.
That pipe field is pretty crazy. Just even when you have like 5-on-5 going, like on Sunday, I was roughing up that way, and just uh, that whole dynamic of that field is insane.
Oh yeah.
They had switched the spawns for this year actually. Last year, that was both spawns were on either end of them. The north spawn didn't change much, but the south spawn, the one near staging, the south spawn didn't change much from last year. But the year before that, with the north spawn, that was actually down at the other end of the pipes field.
See, that would have been made a little bit more sense because that walk for those teams after that far one was fairly insane. I'm surprised both sides were able to keep numbers on the field when they had switched to that spawn because that was out there.
It was, yeah, it was definitely a far walk, and it's kind of unfortunate actually. Um, just with the distance, although it does play better for the field itself. But unfortunately, those far walks is something that most paintballers deal with to a pretty regularly, actually, for most of the scenarios.
Yeah, and to the field's credit though, they had brought out a whole enclosed trailer to that far spawn, like a pretty good with a pretty good air setup and everything like that. So at least they weren't hurting for that, because that was a concern in the morning. They were asking us, "Hey, we can get some air out here." Yes, and you did, and it was pretty damn reliable too, from what I saw. So that was a good thing. I mean, like I said though, like that Black Ops field, that's a pretty good operation. And their pro shop is nice.
Oh,
And
it's mint.
yeah, it's he minty is there. That's the word I'm going to use right now because damn, I didn't get to look too far into it, but very well done there.
It's incredibly well stocked, and it's just a wonderful place to walk into.
I feel like I'm walking into an Apple store when I walk in there. It's just because of the way it's presented and everything like that. I will say though, at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, when you're 9 hours into it, 12 hours into a drive, it is a little hard to see at night. You go right past.
Oh
it.
yeah. Drove right past the
You
campsite.
you flew right past it. I was like, oh, Cole passed me on the highway, so he's gonna beat me to the field. He goes right past it. I'm like, no, he's not.
You
I
passed
got
it
him.
too, damn it.
Yeah, but I didn't pass it as far. I was following you, thinking you knew where you were going.
Well, I did know where I was going, except that snuck up on me. And then the funny thing was, when we turned around, I go back and we finally figure out we're like, oh, we need to go to the campsite. I'm going down. I'm like, wait, that's netting right there. I didn't see that on the way past. And then I started seeing like blue glowing lights in the campground. I'm like, I didn't see that either. It's like right next to the road. I'm like, what the hell?
It flew right past it.
The 12-hour drive is not fun.
Just focusing.
No.
You got tunnel vision now.
Oh,
Well,
we need to
vision
hire
and,
a driver.
you know,
Anybody listening that wants to drive for us at any event, just because we don't, some of these drives are incredibly long. There may be some fun things you get to do. Come drive
mean,
for
I'll give you
Solstice.
$1.
I really
give you
don't mind
$1.
driving, so we don't need a driver. Sorry,
I'll keep
folks.
you
Hit the
awake.
burster
Promise
bubble.
that.
I think now is a good time for an intervention. Butterballs, you need to stop texting while driving.
Oh.
All right,
Oof.
I'm going to agree. Kind of mad you're throwing it out there, but
He's an important man,
Look,
man.
if you want proof, I have hours of footage.
look, man. Most of those times, it wasn't even that I was texting. I was trying to get my phone to go back to the map, and it wouldn't do it.
Because you were texting before that.
No,
Look,
I was changing
we started off with
music.
we started off with a game, and then it just got boring because we knew what you were doing. You would drift to the left, be like, "Yep, you're texting." Heyman would purposely send a message into the group chat, and then we would time to see how long it would take for you to see it just by watching you drift.
Yeah, he's gonna go to the right
I think these are important things coming up that I have to keep track of.
now.
You had 4 other people in your car that could have kept track of it. Come on now.
Do you want me to name all of the people that stayed awake for that trip?
None of them.
His name
Beardy.
is Butterballs the Hut, and that is it.
He has now embraced it.
That's
I
alright.
mean, at
my
this
co-pilot
point-
fell asleep too.
My first nickname is Butterballs. Yeah, I just take whatever. Thanks for giving me a nickname. I didn't get one as a kid. My name is Alex. I didn't need a nickname.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad with Cuban's nickname because Cuban is just, well, you're Cuban, so it's not really so much as a
No,
nickname
it's not
as
just
it's-
Cuban.
Well, it's Cuban B,
It's
but
not
come
just
on.
It's
Exactly.
QB. It's
Yeah.
QB. He's our
Yeah.
Cuban.
I get called so many different things. It doesn't matter. QB,
What?
Cube.
Hey, shithead.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Hey, ref.
Which one?
So yeah, no. Speaking of hey ref, I totally got a sorry ref last weekend.
Wait. Did you record it?
No, I couldn't because I was
that would've been
refing. I didn't have
great
anything on me.
footage.
The funny
that's
thing is,
fair.
it was Pickles from Soup Can Cox too.
Oh.
It was on
Of
that.
There's a
course
shout
it
out.
was.
It was
Of
on that
course
Pice
it
field,
was.
and they were their guys, and somebody else was battling out. So I'm trying to get a better position. And I guess all like the sun was kind of in his eyes, and all you could see was like my visor and stuff. And he nicked like the very edge of my visor, and he was like 10, 20 feet away. It wasn't like super far, but not super close. And he goes, "Sorry, ref," and I just start laughing my ass off. I'm like,
Oh,
"Damn it!
man.
I should have had it recorded."
That would make a great addition to that. We start having GoPros. Somebody buy us
Ref vision.
GoPros. Get some ref vision going, and we get some sorry refs in the field.
It'd also be great when we get Cuban in Town and have him get shot up in a lane.
Absolutely,
great.
I second this 1000%.
I mean,
I'm
I'm gonna
done.
throw myself under the bus here, but hey guys, if you guys didn't know, my birthday was this past weekend at Bones and Ashes, and I didn't have to run a fucking gauntlet.
Yep,
I
we're
mean, you
changing
did
that
at the
now. You made it
during the
public.
final battle, really.
We let you
Yeah,
go.
I do that every final. I'm
But-
running around like a chicken without my
but-
head off.
I'm gonna be honest though, like the whole gauntlet thing, that's like a high school thing to me. I don't know. Gauntlet
Yeah,
seems
I
kind of
agree.
cheesy to me. I mean, if you want to run a gauntlet, I'm not gonna tell you not to. But you want to see me shooting at you, and you'll never see me actually do one. So that's just me.
All right, Cuban. Since we were gonna let you go, we were gonna let you slide. To be totally honest. Well, since you had a birthday at a Legends event and didn't run a gauntlet, that means our next Legends event you have to run a gauntlet with all our friends, and that is
That means
Living
everybody
Legends.
at the Legends event
Oh God.
during
So,
the final
we
battle.
let
You
you
have to run
go.
down the middle between both sides, back and forth during the final battle.
Just nobody aim for my
Yes.
nipples, please.
No, I was thinking he just runs a traditional gauntlet with all our friends at Living Legends.
No, for the entire
That's
30-minute
everybody.
final battle, he has to go back and forth on the 50. He can't lay down.
Nope, I have a better one.
Oh.
He's gonna score each flag by walking up and taking a selfie with the flag. I want all pictures posted to the group chat, and that's how I will score the final battle for Living Legends.
As long as you okay this with Hanu, sure, I'll do it. At least
That
once.
is your gauntlet for Living Legends.
Let's not ruin his phone. Come on now.
That's
just
fair.
once. No, I got to do it with your phone. How about that?
Ooh, yeah, do it Butterball's phone. That way he doesn't text while he drives anymore.
Oh man,
Oh,
stop
can't
it!
see the screen.
Stop it! That hurts.
It only hurts because it's true, and we care about you, and we're trying to stop you.
I mean, fair. I'll get back to voice to text and drive, so I'm not using my hands.
Then we
Or
won't
when you
understand
have passengers, one of those motherfuckers stays awake and is your communicator.
Oh, please. The odds of somebody besides the driver staying awake while driving back from a Legends event, yeah. You have a better chance of just going and playing in traffic.
Oh man, Heyman stayed awake the entire drive to and from.
Did he really?
Sure did.
I call him for my next time. No, not saying. All right, all right, all right. Not throwing Rarick under the bus. He was a good co-pilot coming down, but going up, I let him sleep.
It is fair to let them sleep after a weekend. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I'm surprised you drove that whole distance. Didn't you like get off work like an hour before you left?
yeah. I actually got off of work an hour before I left. I had to be at work at 4 o'clock, or no, I'm sorry, at 5 o'clock, and I get back to the house after dropping Rarick off. Back to the house at 4 o'clock in the morning, changed real quick, and went right to work. I worked a
Oof.
good 10 hours past the
Don't you work?
adulting.
Don't you work on like high rises and shit?
Some of them, yeah, actually. I'm working in mainly the tri-state area, Philly, New York, parts of Jersey.
I like how he says tri-state area and then just names cities.
Well, it's parts of the tri-state area. Just tri-state, state. Come on now. And Connecticut as well. We might actually go as far up as Massachusetts,
Look
even
at you
leaving at four
exploring the
o'clock in the
country outside of paintball.
Right? It's like this is my year to travel the country. I swear, I got to see at least all 50 states before I die.
You're not missing much in the upper Midwest. Don't bother
No,
with
I am
North
not.
Dakota, South Dakota, Dakotas, any of that crap.
No.
Don't bother with that.
I've been to California finally. It took me 27 years, but I got there.
So Cuban,
But
why don't you tell everybody where we're going to be coming up?
coming up April 19th, we are going to Pemberton, New Jersey at OTP on Target Paintball event up there. We're going to be kind of doing our thing, reffing everything the way we normally would be, law style. Probably going to be running missions. I'm going to be the lead up there, actually. Delicious, Del Rasta, I'm going to call him. Many things. But, yeah, no, it's going to be a good time. If you and any of your buddies want to come up, anybody listening, come out, come say hi to us. We don't bite. Might make you laugh a little bit, but it's a good time every time.
Yeah, for those who haven't been to On Target Paintball, like he said, it's in Pemberton, New Jersey, and this is another one of those nice fields. Like every inch of this field is really fun to play. It's got great angles, great lanes, pretty awesome layout, and they put on several really good events every year. And they're always hard fought. It's a real good gunfighters field, but he also includes role playing into the thing too, and he encourages players uh, to role play and interact with role players and things like that. I'm pretty sure the one that's coming up in April, we should know this by now. It is Arkham's Revenge 3, so it's a Batman based event. It's on April
Lots of
19th, as
jokers.
he said. I do believe they allow camping prior to it. So, if you're coming from a distance, they do have some really good camping fields. They can fit a lot of people in there. Uh, but so this one's based off of, like I said, the Batman stuff. And those are always fun to go to. This is our third year refing at OTP now, and it never gets dull. It's always a fun time there.
John, the owner, he's a great guy. Let me tell you. If you want somebody looking out for taking care of you, John's your guy. Whether it be us or taking care of us, he's all around a good guy. He always
Yeah,
takes care of his players. Every single person that walks through that door to come shoot treats him like family. He's a good guy.
and he definitely encourages feedback on his events, and they try and change things up that maybe didn't work out the year prior. So the games are always improving there. Um, but April 19th is not going to be the next time the people see us. For the first time since Solstice Law's inception all those years ago, we're going to be coming down to Florida at the end of March to Gator Paintball in Hudson, Florida. We're gonna have four of us refing their 10-man event down there, and then we're gonna be returning to Gator Paintball in April for their Generals Cup. Exact dates. The 10-man tournament is the last weekend of March, the 28th and 29th. And the Generals Cup, I honestly forget that we just literally just made this happen not too long ago. So I need to refresh the dates in my head. But yeah, these are our two new places, or really one new place, but two new events that we're going to be giving it a whirl. We do dabble in 10-man. We have players, we have referees rather on the team who also are NXL certified and do the NXL stuff and everything like that. A couple of them do EPL, all those things. So we're not just a one-faceted team in that regard. But and be sure we have some shirts for sale. Butterballs, why don't you tell the people about our shirts and what they're for?
Guys, we have t-shirts for sale. We're trying to do a little bit of fundraising, trying to just increase our equipment that we have so we can serve the players better and make games run even better. Um, so I've got t-shirts for sale right now. They're $25. They're a dry fit t-shirt. You may have seen them. I've seen players walking around in them already that say "See you on the 50." And if you want to, you can order them. We're shipping now, as well as other T-shirts that should be coming in the near future.
Yeah, if you want to help us out, so selling these T-shirts will help us get things like new radios that we desperately need. We've been using the same radios for the past 4 years, and they're starting to show their age. We beat the crap out of them. We use the batteries for 12 hours an event. Like it's, they've done well up to this point. But it also helps us out with lenses. We get shot in the face a lot.
You
Our
players aren't very nice sometimes.
No, I
so
actually got to replace my lenses from matches.
didn't you just get those lenses last year?
Yes, I did.
See, this is what I'm talking about, folks.
I used
But
to
yeah,
go
no,
through 8 JT lenses in a season, bro. You got a year out of your lenses? Awesome.
I'm lucky. I'm
I mean,
lucky.
I still have the same lenses for. I'm not gonna say how long I've had them, but they're protected. Um, but yeah, so that's what these shirts help us get, and not only that, but then you can show your support for us around the field, off the field, and like Butterballs was saying that they're dry fit, so they're not gonna get just swamped with your sweat or anything like that. It's gonna be nice and cool in the hot months, things like that. Um, so you can message our Facebook page or our Instagram page to get yourself a shirt, and then if we're at an event, you can come up to us and we'll hook you up. Again, they're only $25, so help us out, and we would appreciate it. I know, honestly. But that's gonna do it for the Ref Life podcast. I'm Cole. Thank you, Butterballs and Cuban, for joining us,
Later,
and we'll
guys.
see you on the 50. Later.
You guys.